Alright guys, welcome back. Same beast, same issue. Okay, not same issue. I've been promising you guys a video on how I fix my front end for a while now. With the weather, everything going on, haven't been able to get to it till now. So we're going to start with that today. I'm actually going to shoot two videos today. The biggest thing to remember is if your suspension isn't free and isn't correct, it's not going to work like it's supposed to. So the symptom was mine was popping when I would turn. If I had any weight on it at all, if I was moving the suspension at all, I'd hear a pop, 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 pop. Or sometimes it would just pop, pop. Those sound effects are trademarked US at AF99 channel, and if you want to use it, my business email is below. No, but seriously, it was popping. I knew it wasn't right, and usually whenever suspension pops, that means it's in a bind, and I apologize in advance for the wind, but I'm tired of waiting on this video. So I set out to figure out why the suspension was in a bind, and I think I found it. I haven't heard a pop since, and I'll show you what I did. So let me change tripods, get underneath the truck, and we'll show you how we fixed it. Alright guys, so this is your track bar mount, and this is not a stock one because, as you can see, there's a lift on my truck. You see the lifting blocks right there. Normally this block wouldn't be here, this would be sitting on this. So I've got a 2-inch lift on the truck. So because we change where the, oh, my damn light just turned off. Because we change where this is mounted, where the track bar mount is mounted, up 2 inches, that pulls where the track bar needs to be mounted in, right? So what we're after here is we want to keep the same suspension to truck geometry as it would normally have stock. Okay, so oh, damn light. Anyway, so what I did was, normally, so you take this nut off, the bolt comes out, the track bar drops down, and there's plates in this aftermarket mount. Okay, so anybody that has a lift on their truck knows that you have to change this track bar mount to an aftermarket mount, right? So the plates that come with it, it's either all the way to this side or all the way to this side. There's no in between in the plates that came with this track bar mount. Now, I didn't install this kit. It was installed when I bought the truck. And when I bought the truck, it didn't have the best handling per se. So I think whoever installed this probably didn't know what in the heck they were doing, and I've been fighting with it ever since, trying to figure it out. So what I did is I took some 3/16 inch plate steel and I made my own damn plates. So what you want to do is you want to find a reference point on the frame, and you want to find a reference point on the suspension. So the reference point that I used was, if you look up, at least this is the best thing that I used, or that I could figure to use, was the cab bumper, or the jounce bumper, against the mount, or where it would hit on the front end, or on the front axle. Front differential, Jesus, I'll get the right word someday. So I made, you can't see them anymore, but I made a mark on my bumper, on my jounce bumper, and then I made a mark with paint pen on the front differential. And I did that on both sides. And what I did is I held a, I'm sorry, the camera's shaking around. I held a oh, what the hell's that thing with a string and a, why won't the screen come on? A string and the, you know, where you find straight down. Anyway, I held the string and the weight down until it pointed right at that marker, and then I marked on my blank plates where I needed center to be. So then I took those plates and I clamped them together, because there's two of them. There's one here and there's one on the back. Clamped them together, center punched it, and I need to paint that. Center punched it, drilled the hole, and then installed them. That holds the body of my truck centered over the front differential. So they make adjustable track bars where you'd have an adjuster right about here, and you can adjust it to lengthen or shorten the rod, and that obviously would move the truck body left or right, and you could center it that way. I don't like those because this is a solid steel bar, right? So this is the thing, the one link that holds the front end of this truck, the differential on this truck, left to right in the chassis. I don't want a weak point in this. I want this thing to be good and solid. So instead of weakening this bar by getting some aftermarket bullshit that I can adjust, I just centered it. You know, centered the bouncy jouncer, whatever the hell that thing. That big ass pad back there. There's two of them. They're centered on the frame, so I know that that's a constant point. And I put a pen mark, or a paint pen mark, on where they would hit, and I centered those suckers up. So now the truck is sitting centered over the axle, over the differential, and it has completely gotten rid of the popping. So I will tell you something else. If you were to go and replace your steering gearbox, and you go to put that nut on there, and you just get that thing just as tight as you can, and you're getting popping, there's a good chance that your pitman arm is popping over the teeth on there, and you don't want that. So I have found that loose before on some trucks, and it's because people just take a wrench, you know, they take their favorite 3/4 inch ratchet and a big ass socket, and with the track bar mount off, they just wrench on that thing till they start moving the wheels, and they go, okay, it's tight enough. So I forget the exact torque value, but I believe it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 foot-pounds, and you're not getting that with a ratchet and a socket. Okay, you're gonna need 3 men, 2 little boys, a 12-foot cheater bar, and a prayer to get even close. So you gotta make sure that thing's tight, and I believe the Ford manual calls for blue thread locker on that as well. So once you get it to the torque, it stays at the torque. But that's just me. That's what I did to fix mine. I went down and got me some, you know, 3/16 inch steel, good hard steel, and this was a mess up, but I forget why I put that on there like that, but I just made me a couple plates, and they slide into, this is indented, so they go right down in there to keep them from sliding back and forth, and then you torque this nut down and you're mounted. Make sure that you've got it centered, and then check your pitman arm nut, make sure that's to torque, especially if you've just messed with the steering gearbox. And then the end result should be, you know, you're pretty damn near centered. I think I'm sitting on uneven terrain right now. Yeah, this driveway isn't the greatest, but it's a little off right now, but I think that's because of where I'm sitting in the driveway. I had it on a level shop floor when I did it, so I know it's adjusted how it's supposed to be adjusted. Your sway bar end links should be pretty near straight up and down when you're sitting on a level surface. So that's something for you to check. if you have a lift on your truck and you're popping, that's probably what it is. Your suspension is out of whack, and when you turn one way or the other, it's gonna pop because you're putting the springs in a bind, you're putting all of this linkage in a bind, and something's got to give. Usually what gives is going to be the sway bar end links, or your spring will pop. But that's what I did. Hope this helps you. Oh, I have had people ask me if the drag links, or I don't know what the hell Ford calls them, but these big links that go back. See, mine has a I don't know if y'all can see that, because mine has a drop down because of the lift. You know, we changed the geometry this way, but we also changed the geometry this way. So if you have a lift on your truck and you're still utilizing the stock mount location back there, you've got a shit ton of, I believe, caster. I'd have to think about it for a second, but you've got the wheels rolled backwards. So you need to have that secondary mount in there, and the links drop down to roll everything forward again. Picture a shopping cart, right? So when a wheel is kind of janky, you get that vibration. It's because it's not mounted, or it's not working like it's supposed to. Same with this. It's hard to explain, but the front end geometry on these trucks, if you knock them out of whack, you're just you're basically screwed until you fix it, you know. So we do have some ball joint videos coming. It definitely needs them. Supposedly these were brand new when I bought the truck, but they damn sure don't look it. So we're probably going to be doing that in one of the next few videos when I get some good weather, because it kind of sucks out here. But everything else we've done looks to be holding up pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So that's how I fixed it, guys. Hope this video helps you. Hope it gives you some ideas on what to check and maybe fix your truck as well. And sorry for the shitty camera work, but I'm literally freehanding this camera. So I'll see you guys again on the next one, and be sure to drop a like and subscribe and do all the things down there. Cool? Thanks.